So I started on this project, which you can kind of see, this BMW motorcycle 2.5 years ago. I bought it, it was rusted, the engine was seized. Basically every nut and bolt needed restoration. I bought it, I stripped it down. I did take a photo and I did a video 2.5 years ago of starting the process. I'll link it here. And then life happened. At the time, the business was scaling. We were hiring team. I had a kid, our first kid. We bought a new house. We moved cities. And so I got it to this point, and I'll show you in a second here. And now that things have settled down a bit, I'm gonna be starting on that project. Now the garage is a bit tight. I've got a DL800 transmission in front of me that's out of my R8. I did have to do a transmission swap because I blew a transmission at the track. That project is done, but the transmission's taken up a ton of space. I've got a 347 stroker that just sits right here, along with this T5 transmission that is going in a 1967 Mustang Fastback that you can kind of see behind me. So, and maybe you can relate to this, the garage has a tendency to fill up with a ton of parts. I just finished working on a 1967 Chevy pickup 4x4 short box. It is beautiful. That was a brand new engine, 454, rebuilt the transmission, rebuilt the rear end, so I still have a bunch of nuts and bolts hanging out. Basically what I'm saying is do not shame me or judge me for a bit of a messy shop. It is getting cleaned up. That said, once the shop is cleaned up, I'm gonna be starting work on this 1954 BMW and I'm gonna be getting it done. So let me grab the camera and I'll show you what's been done and what still has to be done. Would love your input. It's the first time working on something from the 50s. It's pretty straightforward, but if you have any suggestions as you watch this video, do let me know. With that said, let's grab the camera and I'll give you a bit of a tour. So there she is. Pretty much every single thing has been replaced or redone. So obviously the frame has been sandblasted and painted. When I first got it, the frame was it was literally just rusted. The wheels, rims, spokes, everything when I got it was just completely rusted out. So I did sandblast and repaint both hubs. As you can see, they're nice glossy black. Got brand new spokes. I believe I actually got those off of eBay, but they did come from Germany. I got brand new rims. Those did come from Germany. And obviously some new tires. So both wheels are completely restored, looking brand new. Then I got the tank that I had was just so rusted. And I got that. I think I paid $400. That also came from Germany. I got brand new BMW badges, which will look sick. The tank actually came painted just the way it is. I am still hunting for a bit of a locking mechanism for the little tray. This is the old gas cap, but I will refurbish this kind of, I'm sure they're available. I might buy a new one. We'll see. Then I got to work on the suspension. So the rear didn't need a ton of work because it's pretty straightforward. I believe they call this a plunger suspension, I believe, but either way, it's kind of cool. I polished up, made look brand new bolts all the way around. The axle, or I guess the drive shaft, I do have to find a new one. That's the one piece that's still missing. Did go through the motor. I cleaned up and did reuse the pistons. The cylinders, I did go 5 over with brand new rings. And the heads, so the heads that came off the motor were freaking destroyed. Like they were just rusted and just beat up. So I did get brand new cylinder heads. I got these out of Germany. So all that's ready to go. I did go through all the electrical, cleaned everything up, and I do have a brand new wiring harness. That's really the last kind of piece of the project before this thing can get running. So I have a brand new wiring harness. I will be working on that here over the next few weeks. What else can I tell you? I've got this, this is actually kind of funny, but this, call it a steering stabilizer if you want. It's really just a long bolt that runs from here to here. And then you've got, I don't know if you can see that. There we go. You got kind of a bushing in there. And the more you tighten this, the tighter this little bushing piece gets, hence the stiffer the steering gets. I thought that was kind of funny. I mean, simple solution, gets the job done. What else? Brand new handlebars, brand new risers. All these pieces were actually pretty easy to find. Almost everything came out of Germany. And then brand new seats. So this BMW came with one of those 2-up seats and the big fender back there. That was completely destroyed, rusted out. And I don't like what they look like. I like this solo seat. So brand new spring, new seat base, and then brand new seat. I love this little shifter assembly. So 1, neutral, 2, 3, 4, might be the other way around actually, but either way, kind of cool. So what's left? I'm still working on the carbs. They were in pretty rough shape, so they will need a rebuild. Both fenders will be getting repainted. I do have a body guy who's going to be redoing my 67 Fastback. It's getting some body work done to it, getting painted a nice gloss black, and then this 347 stroker and this T5 is going to be going into the Mustang. So while they're doing work on the Mustang, I'm going to drop off both front and rear fenders. The headlight bucket is salvageable. The electronics and everything in the headlight bucket, including the speedometer, is not. So I'm thinking for like no key. I don't know what company it is, but I used it on a Supermoto a long time ago. You just have a fob in your pocket, and when you're 2 or 3 feet away from the bike, the fob actually turns the ignition on, and then just have a push start button. So I'd have the headlight bucket, a nice LED headlight, speedometer, and then a push start button underneath the speedometer, no key. But other than that, I wanted to keep it as close to original and as close to stock as possible. I do got to get brand new exhaust. The exhaust that was on it was rusted and destroyed. So she's pretty close to done. I do want to have this done for the summer because I do want to putt around on it. There's something about old stuff. I mean, cars to me are like rolling Mona Lisas, but there's something about old stuff. And I think I worked so hard, and I got the supercars and the sports cars and the fancy new stuff, and I got that out of my system, and every part of me just loves driving the old stuff, the air-cooled Porsches. I got a Speedster coming in. I got an old Humvee that we're building coming in. I want to Deuce, the old stuff, these old motorcycles, the old BMWs, the old Ducatis. I'd love to build one of those, the old Shovelheads and the old Harleys. There's like something that it can't be bought, it can't be replicated, and big fan of the old stuff. So I want to get this done. I got some really cool content planned out this summer. We're doing a 7-day, 3,000-mile road trip in the Speedster. That should be really, really interesting. And I'd love to get this thing running and do some kind of 3, 4, 5-day trip on an old BMW motorcycle. So we're slowly getting this channel back up and running. 2.5 years ago, I did a few videos, had fun with it. But again, life got busy. And now I'm in a place where I would love to document my passion for cars and hopefully inspire others with that passion. To many, they look at artwork or some painting or some piece of art, and it inspires them, moves them emotionally in some way. Cars, motorcycles, anything with an engine, wheels, or wings has always done that to me. And I'd love to share that passion and give back to the world in some way, shape, or form. That was the whole genesis and the whole idea behind this YouTube channel. If you would like to stick around for that, make sure you like this video, subscribe, let me know what kind of content you'd love to see in the comments below. And with that said, I'll see you in the next video.